Good evening, everyone. This is Meldita, and I'm back. And this is the continuation of the management of asymptomatic ventricular tachycardia with pulse. The patient here is conscious. So here we go. Antiarrhythmic drugs or medications. Okay, there are 4 classes. So here we have class 1, and these are the sodium channel blockers. We have class 2, the beta blockers. Class 3, the potassium channel blockers. And we have class 4, the calcium channel blockers. Okay, so start with class 1 channel blockers here. These are the sodium channel blockers, class 1. So there are subtypes here. So class 1A, there is class 1A, class 1B, and class 1C. So I will arrange this based on the effect of the sodium channel blockers on phase 0 of the action potential of the Purkinje cell. So I will start with class 1B. An example of this is lidocaine. So that's example, lidocaine. So here, if you look at this is the phase 0 of the action potential. That is 0. This is 1, 2, 3. That is the repolarization. Okay. So the phase 0 of the action potential of the Purkinje cell is here, and that is the QRS. So if I will give a patient with mild sodium channel blockers here, mild sodium channel blockers, you see that you hardly see a change in the sodium blockade here. It's very minimal. It's not significant. It's negligible. Okay. And then if you look closer to the pink one, this is the repolarization from 1 to 3. You notice that it's short. So this is an example of this is lidocaine. So we have a short QTC here, and this one is negligible or very minimal sodium blockade, but the repolarization is shortened. An example of that is lidocaine. So that is class 1B. So we proceed with class 1A. An example of this is procainamide. I'm just talking about the common medication. That's procainamide. So here, with class 1A, it has a moderate. That is a moderate sodium channel blockade here. So you see this blue? That is your phase 0. So there's a moderate blockade here. So it slows down your phase 0. It slows down. And if you look closer at the repolarization, which is pink, it surpasses the normal, repolarization here. Because why? This medication also, these moderate sodium channel blockers, they also have a slight potassium blocker. So potassium blocker usually prolong here the last one. That is your phase 3. So you expect here a prolonged QTC here. And it could be also a widened QRS from the ECG. Okay, an example of this is procainamide. So that is class 1A, procainamide or Pronistil. Next subtype is class 1C. An example of this is propafenone or Rithmal, but usually I've seen this is given PO, but rarely. Okay, so if you look at the sodium channel blockade effect, it's marked. So it's really marked in here. Okay, that's the blue one. That is a phase 4. So it slows down your phase 0 of your action potential. But look at your repolarization here. It's okay. It did not surpass, but it's not also short. Okay, there you go. So the class, okay, I will proceed with the other one, which is close to them, amiodaron. So this potassium channel blocker here, this is a potassium channel blocker, is actually on the phase 3 of the action potential of the Purkinje system. And okay, so here we go. I'm just fixing the light. Okay, so here you notice that the orange one, that is the repolarization, is prolonged. So that is actually marked. It is markedly prolonged repolarization here. So we expect an amiodaron, which is potassium channel blocker, to have a long QTC, but within an acceptable range. But if this surpasses the expected QTC, it's not good. So we don't want to, you see, you treat an arrhythmia with amiodarone, but you don't want to, invite another arrhythmia to cause a problem. Prolonged QTC can also provoke them to go into Torsade. Okay, so that's the potassium channel blocker. And the effect here is on phase 3 of the action potential. However, some of the cardiologist books that I read, they say that it has actually more actions here. There are other things in here. So besides a potassium channel blocker, it has also a little bit of sodium channel blocker, a little bit of the beta blocker, which is on the AV node or on the pacemaker cell, and a little bit of the class 4 antiarrhythmic. And usually before, they used to use this medication for vasodilation until they discovered, I think, in the 70s. Okay, so when you see a patient on amiodarone, you have to have a baseline of your QTC because it's expected to be prolonged. Okay, based on that pink one here, go down, that's it. Okay, so if the patient has these antiarrhythmic medications, what are the RN's responsibilities? Okay, but these are the RN's responsibilities. But before this one, I think I have to discuss these two pacemaker cells. I'm sorry. So these things here are pacemaker. These are actually Purkinje cells. These are Purkinje cells. Class 1, this is Purkinje cells. Okay, the amiodarone is also a Purkinje cell. This is an action potential Purkinje cell. Okay, now there are two pacemaker cells here that are also antiarrhythmic. Okay, before we go to the nursing responsibilities. Okay, here we go. So here we have beta blockers, that one, and they are actually class 2. And the action of beta blockers or class 2 is towards the sympathetic nervous system. Okay, that's it. Beta blocker, class 4, or the beta adrenergic receptor blocker. Okay, so in here, what do you see here? Let's take a look at the pacemaker cell action potential. I have a drawing here, and this is the pacemaker action potential. So this is normal on the AV node. Okay, this is normal. And you know that I mentioned earlier that this pacemaker cell, they have only 3 phases of action potentials, or phases I should say. Phase 4, phase 0, and phase 3. So we know that in phase 4, there is a gradual depolarization. This is the depolarization of the pacemaker cell, which is slow by slow channel and calcium entry, and the potassium efflux or outward, then back to the baseline. So here, the beta blocker, you notice that using the beta blocker, the phase 4 is actually decreased. So this is decreased. See this one? So that is decreased, but look at this upward here of the calcium depolarization. There is actually a little steep or rise of the depolarization here. Okay, then back to the prolonged repolarization here. That is phase 3. This is for class 2 or the beta blockers. Now how about this class 4 calcium channel blockers? Okay, so there's another drawing. So the green one is the normal, and this is a pacemaker cell action potential, and the orange one is the calcium channel blockers. So in here, I have no problem with phase 4. But if you look at the